YouTubers, it's Tony with Mayberry Mini Trucks. Today is Saturday, June 14th, 2025. And today we're going to video 10 trucks. Yep, 10 trucks, 9 trucks in a van. One of them is a super nice dump, uh, and that's coming up. A guy wanted it and then he backed out, and so now it's available again. I have a gentleman who says he might be interested in it, but dumps are dumps are nice, but it's the kind of thing that people think, "Hey, I need that," and then they don't use it as much as they thought they would. But it's nice to have. But anyway, that's my opinion. But they sell immediately. Um, so other people might have uses that perhaps I don't have. Um, all right, so I'm going to put my coffee right here. It'll be there when I get to this truck. And we are going to start with this Mitsubishi mini cab. Mayberry Mini Trucks got the law passed, signed by Governor Cooper, making these street legal. We had to agree to restrict them to roads that are 55 miles per hour or slower, which is reasonable because you don't want to be driving this on 421 or I-95 or I-40. It's just not a suitable vehicle for that because the maximum reasonable speed of a mini truck is 60 miles per hour. So people drive 80 and faster on I-40 or I-81 or whatever. So, keep that in mind. They're great for running all over town or to the next town over, but not cross country. If I've said that, it has to be 1,000 times I've said that, and it's because it's true. And there's videos out there on YouTube of people saying, my Subaru will go 70, 80. Don't do it. I've got a pallet of Subaru engines just waiting for those people who break that important constraint. So let's see. The trucks are going to be serviced. We use 5W30 full synthetic engine oil and new air filter, new oil filter. We check the front differential fluid, the rear differential fluid, the transmission fluid, the transfer case fluid, the brake fluid, the radiator, antifreeze, the make sure the battery's good, make sure the four-wheel drive works, and we make sure that the truck has good power when it reaches normal operating temperature. And if something's off, then we get it dialed in, and then we clean it, like a $50 cleaning, and then we make it available for sale. When it's for sale, the price on the truck is all you pay. So we don't play those games with people, which is great. I love it that way. The price on the window is all you pay, not a dime more. Um, and then we do deliver. We charge $2.50 per mile one way. So if you're 100 miles away, then like yesterday, I delivered one to Marion, Virginia. Yesterday morning, I was there at 6:08 a.m. and I taught him how to drive stick shift. A lot of young people don't know how to drive stick, but he's probably watching this video. How long? 5 minutes? Maybe 10 minutes? You were on it. And you learn 80% of what you need to know in the first 5 minutes. The remaining 20% of the nuances of a manual transmission come over the course of the next 2 or 3 weeks. But the fire hose majority comes in the first 5 minutes. And I'm happy to show anyone how to drive a manual transmission. No extra charge for that either. All right, let's get started. Okay, first vehicle is U61T. There's the VIN number. what I like to do is go around the perimeter of the windshield. That's a fingerprint right there. And show the condition around the periphery. Very good. No rust. Now I'm going to look across the front and see what the condition is. Guys, this is beautiful. Not a single ding. And look at the front bumper. Look how pretty that is. That's nice. Mitsubishis are nice. I've always liked Mitsubishis. Now, this is a two-wheel drive. So I wanted to verify that. I thought it was, that's why I got under there to look, but yeah, two-wheel drive. Okay. So now, so this is a two-wheel drive Mitsubishi, and this is the next generation. A little bit larger interior space. Beautiful. Look how clean and straight that is, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Really nice. Really, really nice. That's just a leaf. All right. Now we have some paint that got flaked off there. Now it's surface rusted. Not a big deal. Very pretty. And the tire is exceptionally nice. Good tread. Beautiful. Inner fender. That's mud. All right. Now, the bedside panel, guys, is gorgeous. Not a single ding. Not a single ding. Beautiful. Look at the frame. The frame is remarkable. All right. Now, the extent that we're able, yeah, we got a pretty good look under there. Nice. The bottom of the bed looks great. Another good looking tire. Okay, now we want to look under the bed mat and examine what the condition is of the um, paint and the metal. All right, so that is where the bed meets the wall, and it is in very, very good, excuse me, good condition. No rust is basically what I mean by that. You can see where they took like some sort of primer and just coated that entire area, from there down and from the rail down and the entire bed. So a beautiful bed, not even dented. Usually you'd expect it to be dented, given that they're going to use it. All right. Again, just some surface rust from scratches. All right, now let's take a look at the tailgate. We have a ding here. These are spot welds, so those are not dings. Spot welds create a minor impression, but that's factory. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plastic. All right. Again, stunning. Really, really straight. Nice. Another nice tire. Beautiful. Huh, what a nice truck. Back of the cab looks good. Headache rack was painted black. I think that's nice. I think headache racks always look good painted black because they kind of balance out that trim look. The black mirror, the black window trim, the black door handle, and now the black headache rack. Usually they're white. Okay, and we also have a little flake of paint there that surface rusted. A ding here, tiny ding there. What a beautiful door, guys. Another good tire and a very good inner fender. Mayberry mini trucks started doing this back in, well, 15 years ago. Nice interior door panel. That was before anyone else was doing it. And we started by only buying that is clean as a pin, no rust. By only buying really low mileage, nice vehicles. Let's see if this has a split. No, but sometimes there's seat covers on there to cover a split. Um, er, er, come on. No, no split there. The seat is disconnected. I don't think I want to take the time to reconnect it just this moment, although wouldn't be hard to do. Yeah. Okay, so no split there, no split there. Let's keep looking because seat covers sometimes make you think, oh, there's the e-brake. I like the position of the Mitsubishi e-brake on the 99s and up. All right. Doesn't have air, does it? I wonder if that has air. It is so hard to get these seat covers on. I think I feel a separation right there. I'll bet you it's split right under there on that seam. Nothing there. So the seats are probably, there's the jack. Look at that. The seats are probably in good condition, but I think there may be a seam split there. All right. Oh, air conditioning. Yeah, it's got air, and that's recirculation. Turns off the compressor. The air works. So you turn the compressor on by pushing that, turn it off by depressing that again. Nice. 5 speed, 2-wheel drive, air conditioning. Oh, and the mileage 30. Oh, so 39,961. So like 24,000 original miles, guys. That is beautiful. I'm not going to call that a unicorn, but it's close. It's nice, but it's not a unicorn. And I really don't know why. There's a ding there. Um, but it's nice. It's very nice, and it's air conditioned. All right, S110P. There's the VIN number. Let's go around the windshield. We've got Pebble Peck, Pebble Peck, Pebble Peck, Pebble Peck, Pebble Peck. Like when you're on the highway and a stone pops up and chips the paint, and then you've got a little, you know, rust bleed through. That will come off when we detail it, but I just want to show you that. And here's some oxidization right there underneath that, about 3/4 of an inch long. Couple pebble pecks there. The front bumper looks very nice, not damaged. You can take this off and this trim ring off and that piece off if you want to. They don't look bad like they are, but they do paint very nicely with semi-gloss black spray paint. Guys, the front of the truck is gorgeous. We have one ding right there. Scratch. Coming down the door pillar. Beautiful. What a door. What a door. Oh man, is that nice. Stunning. Not a single ding, not a anything on that door. Look under here. That's pretty. Nice looking tire. That bedside panel is ding free, guys. Gorgeous. Look at this bed. Man, look at that. Okay, okay. Right there. Around the perimeter, we have six little spots on the perimeter of the engine cover. Now, that rubber gasket will come off, and you can wire brush that and paint it and be good again, because that's not cancer. That's that's rust, but it's not rust through. So if you wire brush that, it'll wire brush clean bare metal, and then use a good Valspar or Rust-Oleum uh, gloss, white gloss paint. Look at they painted their seams. See, you know how I always say seam rust? Well, seam rust is common. It's not, again, it's not something that is showing cancer, but that's a preventative measure. Nice tire here also. Ooh, nice cup of coffee. Mm, okay. Wow, this thing is clean. But that right there knocks it out of unicorn status. So unicorn is a very high bar, and we don't want to water that down just so we can say, "Hey, you really want to buy this one?" Unicorn is a unicorn or it's not. Beautiful. Guys, that tailgate is gorgeous. It does have an impression right there. Beautiful plastic. Look how nice and resilient. That's beautiful. Guys, not a single ding on this bedside panel. Straight as a ruler. Beautiful tire. Beautiful cab. Look how beautiful the rear of the cab is. And this is a four-wheel drive. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Straight as a pin. Man, look at that. Now, okay, there you go. It's just as pretty under there as it is up here. Beautiful. All right, and here's the inner fender. I mean, it's early in the morning, so it's still, kind of dusk-ish in terms of the lighting. So, but the iPhone camera does do a good job. It's like a little amulet. So back it goes. So that'll be there if you buy the truck. Look at the pretty door panel. Look how nice that is. Not a single pick. Beautiful. Beautiful. So Curry is my sailing buddy, and he is at our marina in Oriental. And I walked in the clubhouse, and he said, and I started talking to somebody. That seat's beautiful. And he said, "Is that Tony with Mayberry Mini Trucks?" And I never met him before. And I'm like, "What in the world is that?" And so apparently he recognized my voice. And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh man, I want to get a mini truck." And he bought one. He bought a nice one. I mean, super nice. To say it's a unicorn is to say almost nothing. But Curry, thank you for your business. And I can't wait to see your K van or K truck. I don't know if it's a truck or van, but Justin told me it was gorgeous. Okay. So now we have another door panel that is beautiful. And Curry had a beautiful sailboat. Um, Nice. Sailing is cool because you're getting propulsion. Okay, so we have a 4-inch tear there. You're getting propulsion from the wind. And what is nicer than getting propulsion from the wind and electricity from the sun? I mean, solar panels are great, man. You really, it's just amazing. An alternator produces, 60 to 90 watts of power. Um, uh, uh, um, and a um a solar panel can produce 200. I have four, so that's 800 watts, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So you've got the wind driving you and the solar panels powering you, recharging your batteries. So if you make coffee with your coffee maker, and it's just very peaceful living. It's very just down to earth, peaceful living. And I enjoy sailing, and so do many others. I encourage anyone to get a Sunfish sailboat or a little Hobie Cat 14. They're not expensive, and you'll love it. You'll be hooked. All right. 43092. And this is a 5-speed with a 2-speed transfer case, and it's 4-wheel drive. 43092 is like 26,000 miles or so. Beautiful, beautiful truck. Not a unicorn, though. Oh, does that want to be a unicorn? That's the reason. Oh man, is that a unicorn wannabe? It even still has those little pieces on the end of the hasp. Man, is that nice. Okay, TT2 030 996 coming around the windshield. No rust. No rust. No rust. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Now we're going to look across the hood for any damage. Ding free, guys. Absolutely ding free. Beautiful. Look at the translucence of that headlight door. Beautiful. That means it sat indoors instead of outdoors. Gorgeous, gorgeous front end of a Subaru Sambar TT2 4-wheel drive. Beautiful. So this is a Y2K mini truck. Y2K mini truck. That is a ding right there. Tiny ding. Y2K mini truck is a term that was coined by Spencer. And Spencer, he calls me every once in a while and we'll chat if I have time. I'll answer the phone. And Spencer's a good guy. And he he just dreams about mini trucks and he likes to talk about mini trucks. And then he said, "Let me know when you get a Y2K mini truck." So there it is, Spencer. Y2K. All right. Nice. Nice. Good looking tire. And a beautiful bedside panel. We have tiny, tiny ding here, tiny ding here. Uh, that's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Man, look under there, guys. That is pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now, the bed. Okay, so long story short, one, two, three, four. Four-washer truck. Need we go any further? No, we don't, but we will anyway. A four-washer truck. This is a harbinger of what is to come. Nice looking tire. Harbinger can be a positive thing or a negative thing. I looked it up. All right, there's a dent there. And um, I think this is spot welds actually. So this is like the size of a peach. Tiny ding right there where it's scuffed. Man, is that pretty. Beautiful. Look at the gorgeous plastic. Look how pretty that is. All right. I'm going to move my coffee cup 2 trucks back now. Oh, this is the truck that I stop at. So the condition of the washers on the engine cover of a Subaru Sambar are a leading indicator of what kind of condition the truck itself is in. All right, we do have a crease on the bedside panel. Nice looking tire. So we have an impression from here to here. Man, what a beautiful bed. All right. I hope the rest of it holds. Is this a 4-washer truck? Oh, man. Ah, you get humbled quick. Look at that. And look at that. Oh, it's killing me. All right. All right. That was brighter. Well, it looks good under there. Beautiful, beautiful interior panel. But it's humbling because you see something like that 4-washer truck and you get all excited and then bam. Oh man. It's like slow down. Don't get ahead of yourself. Gosh, is that nice. Beautiful. Jack handle. Nice. I like that new location for the tools. All right. Beautiful. But not a unicorn. Unfortunately. Okay. But it is really nice. Okay. Beautiful. That's just dirt there. Beautiful. Beautiful. The Mayberry Mini Trucks really tries hard to get nice trucks. There's no point in trying to get something that is like a potential needle in a haystack and then calling it nice, like putting lipstick on it. We've never done that where we buy a pig and put lipstick on it and call it pretty. Oh, air conditioning. Look at that. It works. Way to go, Justin. Excellent. 21,791. Wow. That's that's like 15,000 original miles. That's incredible. Nice, nice, nice. Actually, that should go right there. Okay. What a beautiful, beautiful 4-wheel drive, air conditioned Subaru Sambar with like 14,000 original miles. It is clean, clean, clean. And it's just got some impressions. The crease on the bedside panel, and then the impact over here on the passenger step side, right? Or not step side, quarter. Yep. All right. Next, we have Suzuki DE 51V 894812. Automatic. Nice. That is a doornail. Well, I've got a new battery box. Why don't we try it out? I just got this battery box yesterday. It reminded me of NC State Wolf Box. I want to put an NC State sticker on it. Okay, so now we turn it on. And that up. We've been using the no-codes forever. Start. Okay, let's see if that works. Oh, nice. And now we're down to 99%. Oops. Well, that worked pretty nicely. Wolfpack. Okay. So I was doing that so I could turn the wheel to um to see if it was actually a two-wheel drive. My suspicion is that it is a two-wheel drive. And it is a two-wheel drive. This is a two-wheel drive Suzuki van. Let's go around the perimeter of the windshield here. No rust. No rust. No rust at all. Okay. Now let's look. Okay, so we have a crease right there, a slight crease. Ding, ding. Impact there where it's scuffed. So you can paint that. You can paint it black if you want, or you can go ahead and paint it silver. There are 6 bolts. I think it's one, two, three, 4 bolts and 2 nuts holding that on, and maybe more. I can't remember. It's been years since I've taken these off. I used to take them all off, and take all the ones off that were not fastened straight, and I'd straighten the fasteners and put them back on. But they're easy to take off. Long story short, and you can repaint it, and that would go a long way because really that's the only thing that's off-putting. That little scuff right there, actually, but that's tape. That's adhesive. And we do have the internal clip for that spot. Huh, isn't that something? We started stocking those clips because on the DE, um, the clip just didn't hold well after 25 years. Okay, a ding here and a ding here. Looks good. The rest of it looks beautiful. Just 2 dings. Good looking tire. Nice under there. Very nice. This is just dirt. That'll all come off. That roof line looks beautiful. The whole side of the van, guys, is gorgeous. And I'm going to look in here. So this is kind of a cargo area here. That cover goes on there. So this is more for cargo. So running around town, um, but not for passengers in the back, because there is no seat back there. A lot of people use these for business, for running around Cary, or running around Richmond or Indianapolis or whatever the case may be. We have an impression right there. Beautiful. And this also opens up. Does It does hold itself. That's in very, very good condition right there. Beautiful. New engine cover. Nice. Beautiful. Straight as a pin there. And the side is very straight. One ding right there. Now the door. There's the fuel door. Beautiful tire. Straight as a pin, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful under there on the inner fender. Oh yeah, automatic. I forgot about that. Cool. Man, look how pretty the interior fabric is. It's cloth. They sprung for an extra $12. Nice. Wow, look at the seat doilies. Man, that's nice. What was in that glove box? Maybe there's some Japanese gold bullion in there. No, no gold bullion. Some kind of Suzuki part there. Looked like the cup that you put your fingers in to pull the door closed. All right. But they just never put it on. It's a brand new Suzuki part. Oh, that's pretty under there. No rust. Guys, no seat tears on the driver's seat. That is beautiful. And the doilies just absolutely, it's like cream in the coffee. All right, now that was depressed. So that's generally a good sign. Now let's see if the compressor kicks on. And it does. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. The air conditioning works. All right. Beautiful. And the mileage is 52,106. So that's like 33,000 original miles. And we'll charge the battery and replace it if it's bad. Okay, now U62T 0001,500. All right, let's go around the windshield here and let's look at the periphery. So this is where paint flaked off and little, that's about 6 inches long. Coming around. And we have some surface rust there. That's not rust through. I don't even think that's under the gasket. It stops before, I believe. Clear headlight. Four-wheel drive, farm package. Very nice. Straight. Good looking bumper. Boy, that would look good painted. Now we do have some oxidization right there. Coming down the door pillar, we have a ding there, there, and there. A ding there that did break the paint, and we have like marks there where I guess they, where they when they handled the door like that or something. All right, nice looking tires, or at least one nice looking tire. We'll look at the others. Very nice under there. We have a scuff down the bedside panel, but it did not go through the paint. It's not dented, no impression. And you can see here, this is sticking out a little bit. Now, at Mayberry Mini Trucks, we really do pride ourselves in our precision, um, our micrometer tolerance when it comes to repairing something like that. So we start by doing this and getting the cup of coffee, and then we go like this, and then like that, and we repeat the process and a little more force. Now, observe the result. Need I say more? Look at that. That is the level of attention to exacting tolerances that we exercise here at Mayberry Mini Trucks. So now you know one of our trade secrets. Oh man, where did I get that sense of humor? Ooh, scary. Okay. Oh, is that a heavy bed mat? Okay. So we have an impression right here. An impression right there. So impression, but not the paint is not broken, the bed is not damaged. It's simply an impression. That is beautiful. Look past that black rubber dust from the bed mat. That'll all come out. But the bed mat has absolutely done its job. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Now let's look at the tailgate. Oh, this has a third brake light. Look at that. Huh. One ding right there. Beautiful. 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 Just just some scuffing from like a branch, but not scratched. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What about that tire? Yes, another nice tire. Another nice tire. Ready? Ready? Now let's come down the door post and let's look at the door panel. So we have a scuff there, not a scratch, but a scuff, meaning the paint is not broken. Um, and no dings, but it just looks okay. It's good. It's very good. It's very good. The paint is flaked off there, surface rust. The door panel does not have any picks. Beautiful. Rust free under there. Very nice. Let's look in the inner fender. Okay, so here we have a crease, some oxidization there, another good tire, kind of a mud tread, if you will. The seat is not torn. This is your high and your low. This is your four-wheel drive. And huh, this one came with air conditioning too. I wonder if it works. Looks good in here. No gold bullion. This door panel is dirty, but no picks. All right. Looks very nice under there. Looks good there. There's your e-brake. Let's look behind this to see if it's ripped. It is not. So they were not hiding a tear. They were just protecting it. Very nice. All right. Okay, beautiful. That probably means that it works. 70140. So that's like 44,000 miles. That's more than I really like to get. It's still low, but you know, that's kind of pushing it. All right, let's see if the air works. I know that's why he bought it, because it has air conditioning. It does work. Nice. Nice. Four-wheel drive, 5 speed, 2 speed transfer case. Air conditioning, 44,000 miles. And again, it's not bad mileage. It's just it's a little past the upper limit of what I would get, but it's not bad. Not bad. So well done, Justin. Lots of air conditioned trucks. I like air conditioning in the summertime, especially. But even if a mini truck doesn't have air conditioning, truth is the engine is behind you and the truck is white and you have windows you can roll down. So even in the dead of summer in Florida or South Georgia or wherever, Texas, you can use your mini truck and be fine. I mean, we can be just fine without air conditioning. If it has air conditioning, it's nice if it works. 50% of the time it doesn't work. We happen to have working air on all the ones that came with air, but I will say that the air does take away about 5 horsepower. And it's just one more complicating factor. So there is the cost and benefit analysis of air conditioning on a mini truck. So there you go, guys. Thank you for watching our video today of these 5 trucks. Very nice trucks. None of them reached unicorn status, but many of them did have air conditioning. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll see a little button that says subscribe, and you just push that button, and then we'll be easier to find when you have our channel subscribed to, and that will help our search analytics. What else would help? And I would also ask that you hit the thumbs up if you like the video and hit notification, and then you'll be notified when we post another video. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video.